Welcome back to Spicy Tech. I am Mark.
I'm Cry.
Elon mentioned in the sales call last night that there will be robotaxis by the end of the year. Is that going to be a possibility? Let's find out. We have it engaged. We're going now. We have some geese on the left side with their babies, and I don't think it is going to react to that anyways.
Luckily, they're out of the road.
This is going to be a tricky run because it's going to have a lot of zigzags. It's going to be rush hour traffic. So stay tuned. Oops, getting really close to that curb.
I got really scared for a second there.
Yeah.
Oh, just kind of zoom in.
So V12 has a tendency now of just, really punching the pedal as soon as it takes off from a green light. So, I mean, that's good and bad if you want to catch up with traffic, but it also is a little bit tricky when it comes to wet conditions.
So we see this person inching up, and it's not really having any issues, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're kind of slowing down right now. She's taking it really cautiously, which is good.
Yeah, that was smooth.
That's nice. I'm a little bit worried about here because we have a big bump in the road to go straight.
And we have faded lines here, so I was checking to see if it would stay in between these lines, these narrow lines, or if it would actually maintain its position. It looks like it's following the lead car. I'm not too sure.
But lately, I feel like the lanes have been super, super good. Okay, let's see how we go here. Going slow. Could be with the traffic.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I usually slow down for that because there's a big bump.
And sometimes it kind of like zooms over.
Exactly.
So that was a big improvement there.
But we're not
too sure yet though because, we're in traffic, so... Okay, let's see how this goes.
So we stopped before them. We can go. But the car did not want to go.
Okay, we're good. The person is walking that way. I wonder if it was considering the pedestrian.
It probably could.
Because they looked like they were going straight and they suddenly just made a
Yeah.
turn. I didn't feel like that was so close.
Is it going to slow down for the hump?
Oh, it actually did. Did it recognize the sign? But the sign is not showing up on the graphic.
No, it doesn't show up I don't think so. It shows up on the graphic, but it definitely recognizes it now, it seems, so far.
I wonder if it's actually reading the sign or looking at the road. But I feel like the best solution would be looking at the sign.
All right.
Okay.
So it's taking some back streets now, so there's not much traffic here. But it definitely consistently slows down for the humps, which is good.
I think it has a little arrow sign or something when we get to the humps. I'm not sure if that's why.
We'll always stop now. We stop before this gray concrete looking car. Here, and we're all good to go.
Okay, we have another bump. Let's see how she goes.
Just slow down here. Nope. Did not recognize that one. I'm not too sure if it was because of the shadows.
I don't know.
That was not consistent with the other two. So 2 out of 3.
Okay, so we should be going.
Yeah. We stopped first. It's getting way too close to that curb.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, this person's
so I'm just going to disengage there. Too close to the curb. This person is right behind our ass. With that last left turn there, I guess it was more something I was scared of. But if you're in a robotaxi, you're not really going to care about that, whether it hits the curbs or not. But from my angle as a driver, I would have disengaged, and I did disengage. Would we call that a disengagement?
I'm not too sure.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Oops. So we have this here. We have a left turn, immediate left turn. So it kind of made the right turn in the furthest lane, but that's
Okay,
fine.
this is a tricky turn here. We have a pedestrian, we have these guys rushing. This is against the law. We're supposed to clear the middle.
What are you doing? Like,
Security's not doing their job. I don't even know what they're securing,
so we
but
have some pedestrians on the left side, but that was a really,
that's
really,
technically wrong.
yeah, we should have waited there, but I think it was a little bit of my impatience, so I should have just left it.
So did
Sorry,
you,
folks.
You did that?
I'm sorry, folks. Yes, I did.
Oh, you initiated the
Yeah.
turn. That was tricky. There's like I said, that's one of the hardest turns. Human L.
Yeah, it's a human error on my part. It's waiting
Okay.
for the cars to stop on the right side, and then it continues on, and it goes at full speed.
Turn right onto Bakersfield Street.
So we had some navigational issues here where it would make this very high curvature road and start indicating. And we were thinking it's probably the map. It still doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is a separate road than this road, so that's probably why. I mean, it's not a big deal. At least people are gonna know where you're going, right?
Right.
So, I mean, there are a lot of places you could go from there too, so I don't really see it as a big issue. Okay, so somebody
We have a pile up here,
looking out.
congested left turn.
Oh.
It gives them space, so it gives them a lot of space to go. But we
Right.
have the car on the right side trying to get into the lane, so we can't continue doing this because then if there are more cars here, it's going to start piling up and we will never actually get past here. So let's see how the
Right.
system handles this. Is it too courteous? Is it?
I mean, I don't see the problem. They're able to get ample space to turn, so that's good.
Yes, but do we have now, a situation where it's too courteous and it doesn't want to go up because we need to go up in order to make that left turn? As soon as these cars start moving, I would start going.
Yeah, because we stopped first.
And there is a green line ahead. I can see it. I can see the green light, right?
That person was wrong. They shouldn't have gone.
So now it's moving.
But that person kind of cut in front of us.
Yes, exactly. So that's a situation. Let us know, folks. What do you think about that? Should it have inched up? I could have seen the green light. The system, not too sure if it did.
But I would kind of argue, though, it's like the same as when you're in an intersection, just that there's no line of where the intersection is.
Right.
So I think that was correct, to be honest.
That was very good. I mean, it was very, like, a good person would do that. Give them enough space, not block the intersection there, and allow cars to go. But how do you know to what extent do you let them continue to pile up in the same lane that you
Right.
want to go into?
Yeah, that person's backing it up right now.
It sees that, and the system starts slowing down. Marshall starts slowing down. So what are your thoughts so far, folks? Do you think we're getting close, and do you think it's achievable by year's end? Let us know in the comments below.
What do you think so far?
A lot of it has just been me disengaging it. I was just concerned about the curb rash on the rims,
Okay.
but everything else seems fine so far.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I
I mean,
think
so far,
we're
yeah.
getting close. We're getting close to ROBOTAXI.
The only disengagement, from my perspective as a passenger, I couldn't see how close it was getting. So I trust your judgment that it was potentially going to touch. I mean, you don't want it to be so close that it might anyway.
Right.
So I think it wasn't bad, but like the context of why you disengage, I think is not really that bad in retrospect.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Just picture yourself right now. Instead of being here with us, you're in the back seat. If I were to do that myself, I would say that I wouldn't even know that a person, that a machine is driving right now.
Yeah, it's
honest.
really smooth. Like
Yeah.
no weird stopping.
I might complain that you're a little bit too aggressive after stopping in terms of the
Right.
acceleration, because I would feel the acceleration. But so far, so good. It stops here. It was slowing down behind the line because it realized that the traffic was not flowing, and that's a new behavior with V12
And it
that I love.
knew that it was gonna have space here too.
Yeah, and it was
when
quick.
it started going.
Happened really quickly, so that was really good.
Yeah, that was 11 out of 10.
It's inching up now behind this car. I'm not even pressing the pedal. It's inching up. Not too sure if it's realizing that this car is approaching us from behind and inching up, so it's
And they're in the intersection.
trying to do that.
as
Yeah.
well.
If that is built in, that's really really cool. Not too sure if you folks think that it's adjusting because the car behind is getting closer to us and it realizes that it's in the intersection.
And it's seeing a kind of like invisible car there, like it's maybe there kind of thing, right here. So it's aware that there is another car behind that is also probably in the intersection.
It's flowing, like in terms of acceleration, stop and go. It doesn't feel like a switch where it's high acceleration and then slows down quickly.
Right.
That was a major thing with autopilot on the highways, but now that is no longer a thing with FSD. So with full self-driving, it's all ironed out. We have to get more on the right side, so we should be positioning ourselves with an indicator.
It's okay so far.
I would have started indicating, but
These lines are not really visible. So I'm not sure if that's part of the reason why.
there was no indication at all.
Okay, there's 2 chances here for it to see that we're turning right. And that you should put on the indicator.
Yeah.
So
We clearly have to make a right turn, but there's no indication of that.
Okay,
Now
we're
it's
doing
indicating.
it now, yeah. I don't know how to feel.
We do have a red light, so we have to inch up into that
Yeah.
safe zone. But now it's okay. There's no pedestrians there, but it's
fast though.
it's going a little bit too fast around that turn.
Yeah.
And then it just floors it. It just full acceleration
I
on that
don't
turn.
Love that too much.
Yeah. So as a passenger, oh, we have some random phantom braking. I think I was getting confused with those lights there.
Yeah.
As a passenger, I would have definitely been like, "Whoa, why are you going so fast?" So,
Yeah, and then there's also an issue that I just learned about recently, which is some people who drive in like Tesla Ubers, they're not really used to the regen, and the Ubers themselves aren't really too sure how to drive with it. So a lot of people get motion sick. So that's something to consider as well. So, you know, if you're in a robotaxi, you don't want to be like vomiting in the back seat. So, you know, keeping it smooth is really important for the taxi service, right?
Right. And we had a little bit of hesitancy there where it indicated it was going into the right lane, then it swerved a little bit out of the right lane and then back in to commit. That has been a plague. That has been plaguing V12 for quite a while now. So hoping that with the future iterations, 12.4, hopefully that is fixed. That's the main issue right now with that hesitation. But again, as a person, as a passenger, you wouldn't even know the difference, or you wouldn't really notice it. You'll probably be on your phone either way. But you would have noticed that right turn there when the car just accelerated really quickly and aggressively.
I feel like it's taking this turn a little careful. What's happening?
Yeah, I would have stayed on the left lane though.
What just happened? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's strange.
Why are we zigzagging?
Yeah,
That was weird. So it saw this line as a yellow double,
oh,
and then it immediately went to the right,
that's strange.
and then it unsaw it and it came back. That's kind of weird.
Let us know what you think so far in terms of if you were a passenger, if you think that this Tesla is going to be ready by the end of the year with robotaxis. What are your impressions? What are your impressions of this drive? Do you think it is going to be a thing soon, like within a couple of months to the end of the year or early next year? Leave it in the comment section, because I'd love to know what your thoughts are, and some rationale as to why you think it might not be happening or it might not occur.
So what do you think?
I think it might. There is a possibility. We'd have to see, because right now they're just pushing out a bunch of iterations of the software that's continuously training the model. So I'm hoping that we have that iterative improvement so it handles a lot of edge cases and so on to a point where it's reasonably safe to be
Right.
deployed. So I think there's a high chance that it will be.
But I'm just worried about what happens if there is like somewhere where you shouldn't disengage and then it's fully driverless.
But look at the courtesy here. Realize that the right lane is closed. These persons have to come in this lane, and it gave them some time to get in.
Now
Yeah,
turn
that was pretty good.
left onto Wilson
I mean,
Avenue.
it's pretty good so far. But did we have any? No, but we did have that issue where we almost hit the person behind.
Yeah, but not this run. Not this run.
Not this run, but just in general for as a robotaxi. Like, I don't know. It's such a complex problem.
So I think it will start small, like with Waymo and Cruise. They have their cars already deployed.
But
I'm not too
in,
sure about which one has it
San
right now.
Fran and stuff.
Yes, and those easy to operate with like very lax rules and regulations. So as a pilot project, I think as a pilot project, it will be a thing starting by the end of the beginning of next year, based on what I see so far from the differences from V11 to V12. But in terms of the iterations of the software, is it going to be actually a robotaxi by the end of the year? I think so. We have this final left turn here coming up. It's a complex left turn. It's congested too as well.
There's a lot of oncoming traffic, and we have no right of way and
No right-of-way.
zero. We should be going up though.
Yes, we should be getting inside of that
We're
box.
second in line.
And now she's starting to go up, and those cars are making their left turns. They are in the left lanes, and we can go, but these lanes are a little bit tricky because
They
it's,
have to keep
narrow
to the
now.
right, yeah. And then this lane on the right closes off.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
no. Oh,
No,
is she gonna
no,
fix it?
no.
Is she gonna fix it?
Okay.
Kind of.
So I almost had to disengage there,
it.
but that is it, folks. That's it. Let us know in the comment section what you think about the whole experience. Do you think it's going to be ready by the end of the day? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And we will see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.